Welcome, respected sadhaka friends. Congratulations for being so regular in all these attempts of studying Shastras and through that trying to understand the truth, the self, the reality, the means for the moksha. Lokasevaka dharmasthavaka viragi bhakta shishya mumukshu jignasu shrotru sadhaka parishrami prerita prashanta gambhira. These are the Vyaktitwas that are strengthened consciously, taking the due help from the Brahma Tattva, the Ishvara Tattva, the Jaganmatru Tattva, the Devata Gana, the Guru Gana, and also the Shruti Gana. Om Namo Narayana. Om Namo Narayana. We will be chanting 5 times Yaschandasam Vrishabha mantra. Then we will be seeing the common sense thought. We do the Sankalpa with Prarthana mantras. We chant the Upanishad mantras. Then we study Upanishad. Just spend this 1 hour, 5-10 minutes as sadhana, as deeply, intensely as possible, not giving any chance to any distracting ways of the mind or the senses. Let us try. This Vedic mantra, Omkara, is praised as well as prayed. That may we have the Medha Shakti to hold on to the Brahma Tattva. Omkara, you are the kosha of the Paramatma. Reveal Paramatma. And then we are with that Laukika Prajna not able to recognize your importance and upasana to you. Please bless us that we minimize, reduce that unwanted Laukika Prajna so that we have more time, more energy to concentratedly do your upasana. Same time, protect us, bless us that whatever the knowledge we are gaining is saved, protected, and we are using that knowledge to protect ourselves and evolve ourselves. This precisely is the beautiful meaning of this mantra. Om Yaschandasam Vrishabho Vishwarupaha Chandobhyodhyamrutat Sambhavuva Samendro Medhaya Sprunoto Amrutasya Devadharano Bhuyasam Shariram Me Vicharshanam Jihva Me Madhumattama Karnabhyam Bhori Vishruvam Brahmana Koshosi Medhaya Vihitaha Shrutam Me Gopaya Om Shanti 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 Om Yaschandasam Vrishabho Vishwarupaha Chandobhyodhyamrutat Sambhavuva Samendro Medhaya Sprunoto Amrutasya Devadharano Bhuyasam Shariram Me Vicharshanam Jihva Me Madhumattama Karnabhyam Bhori Vishruvam Brahmana Koshosi Medhaya Vihitaha Shrutam Me Gopaya Om Shanti 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 Om Yaschandasam Vrishabho Vishwarupaha छन्दोऽभ्योऽध्यमृतात् सम्बभूव समेन्द्रो मेधया स्पृणोतु अमृतस्य देवधारणो भूयासं शरीरं मे विचर्षणं जिह्वा मे मधुमत्तमा कर्णाभ्यां भूरिविश्रुवं ब्रह्मण कोशोऽसि मेधया पिहितः श्रुतं मे गोपाय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ यश्छन्दसां वृषभो विश्वरूपः छन्दोऽभ्योऽध्यमृतात् सम्बभूव समेन्द्रो मेधया स्पृणोतु अमृतस्य देवधारणो भूयासं शरीरं मे विचर्षणं जिह्वा मे मधुमत्तमा कर्णाभ्यां भूरिविश्रुवं ब्रह्मणः कोशोऽसि मेधया पिहितः श्रुतं मे गोपाय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ यश्छन्दसां ऋषभो विश्वरूपः छन्दोऽभ्योऽध्यमृतात् सम्बभूव समेन्द्रो मेधया स्पृणोतु अमृतस्य देवधारणो भूयासं शरीरं मे विचर्षणं जिह्वा मे मधुमत्तमा कर्णाभ्यां भूरिविश्रुवं ब्रह्मणः कोशोऽसि मेधया पिहितः श्रुतं मे गोपाय ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. These three things also important. Shariram me vicharsanam, jihva me madhumattama, karnabhyam bhuri vishruvam. May the body be fit and hale and hearty, healthy. Jihva me madhumattama, let my tongue be soaked in the madhu, the honey all the time. Only Paramatma Tattva may I listen. All put together, all our faculties, outer karanas and antakaranas be focused only for the Paramatma Tattva. That is what is the prayers extended here to the Pranavada Omkara. And in the Upanishad we are studying, same thing is done, but there the Lord taken as the Savitha. And in the mantra which we concluded day before, 7 days chanting, in that Indra, Pusha, then Aryama, Arishtanemi, Tarsha, and Brahaspati we prayed. All in all, the Adhisthana Devatas, prayers to them, so that our faculties are cooperating with us in our endeavor spiritual. Right, friends, today's common sense thought is very, very simple. It is so necessary, even though it is very tough, to maintain all these four things. This is our first common sense thought. Then we'll have the other one. These four things which we have to continuously, constantly maintain are one, our own deep spiritual pursuit. The Shravana Manana Nididhyasanas one side, the Upasanas the other side, the Sevas the other side. They have to be kept intact. Continuously, we have to work to do them more and more perfectly day by day, not allowing them to become mechanical or lose the perfection in them. That's what our primary, foremost thing which we have to do. At the same time, the second one is what? We have to manage and maintain our individuality, which is for the world, in the world, the individuality and the dignity of our individuality, the self-respect aspect of it. That is at the home, whatever our relation or identity, or in the profession or the business, or in the society, whatever the individuality we have, that has to be consciously remembered and protected by giving it due value and respect. You know, it has nothing to do with spirituality. Spirituality का हो गया first वाला. Now in Vyavahara we are talking about whichever the individuality you have, the dignity of it you have to respect. The value of that individuality. It is also in our own hands. Yes, second one. Whichever relation you are there, whichever the identity you are there, whichever the community you belong to, whichever the organization you belong to, whatever the position we have there, that also has to be maintained very carefully. इसके ऊपर बहुत सारे चीजें आधारित होते हैं. Second one, although we tend to forget or compromise it for some inner or outer weaknesses, don't allow those weaknesses to overpower us such a manner that we devalue our own self-respect or dignity. Maintain karna hota hai. Right? Second one. At the same time, the third one is what? Whatever the situations come from the outer world towards us, without reacting, we have to learn the art of healthily responding to all the anubhavas that come to us. And to all the anubhavas that come to us, we have to have the healthy, matured, complete, correct, perfect response without reacting. At what time, from what source, what experience comes to us, we don't know. The successes come, the failures come, the respects, reverences come, the insults will come, the profits will come, the losses will come. You know, the new people get added into our life, people may leave us and go. So there's no way, even though it is tough, we have to be consciously facing them without reacting, properly responding. This is inevitable. Success in this also is a cause of our peace and happiness. We can't avoid just because we are still alive. When we are not alive, then these things are not required. As long as we are alive, ये हमको झेलना ही पड़ता है ना. Many people don't accept these things. That's why they keep on reacting. We can never afford to react in this world. We have to only do the response. Third point, very essential. Fourth one is with regard to the people. Okay, what is it? Whatever the nonsense comes to us from the people, first we have to tolerate. Second, see to it that our response toward them is not hurting them. Third, we have to see that our response is beneficial to them. It's all our attitude and effort. What exactly happens, how the people receive or all that, again it is speculative. We cannot decisively say. But we can decisively have our own clarity of the picture. Like my talk to you should be beneficial to you. My relation with you, expression with you should not hurt you. whatever the way you behave with your own wisdom or absence of it, I must have the maturity to receive it, accept it, tolerate it with regard to the people. Though tough it is, but this is how we have to train ourselves to be safe. Otherwise, every time there will be some or the other issue raked up and there will be continuous, unwanted, never solvable, tough struggle going on. अब पूरा जिंदगी और उसका सारा एनर्जी टाइम उसी में बर्बाद होता रहता है. Isn't it? People are there around us with so many relations. Their wisdom, their ignorance make them behave at each moment differently. अब इतना शास्त्र पढ़कर कि हम कितने खुद ही अज्ञानी है, we know, है ना? To be a matured person with knowledge to be able to express idealistically in the world is the toughest thing, more tougher than being spiritual. Like we are, people are also overpowered with the desires, by passions, by selfishnesses, by egos, by arrogances, with all the ignorance, no respect for others, no respect for the people, forgetting all the dharma, valuing only the money, valuing only the bhoga. अरे एक एक व्यक्ति को ना हजारों मेंटल डिसीजेस है. Avoiding all of that with full maturity behavior is thousands of lives of evolution. Not just happens. Whether it is wife or husband or children, कौन कब किस तरह से क्या मांगेगा, क्या कहेगा, क्या करेगा, क्या डांटेगा, और बाप रे बाप, उन्हीं को नहीं पता. If you really allow me to say, people all in that moha madira intoxicant, they behave, they live. मोह मदिरा, मदिरा पीने से क्या होता है, वी ऑल नो. तो पीपल आर इन द ड्रंकन स्टेट ऑफ डेल्यूशन. ओनली ए तत्वज्ञानी, one who understands tattva, who understands the word, who understands the upadhis exhaustively and their mechanism, he alone can at every moment consciously present himself perfectly. बाकी सबों को ना ख्याल नहीं होता वो क्या बोल रहे हैं. वो पी के बोलते ना लोग, ऐसे होता है. All the love they give, the comments they do, the hatred they express, the loss they create for us, the help they do, ये सारे चीजों कोई मायना ठिकाना नहीं रहता, बिकॉज उतना मेच्योर्ड जेन्युइन पीपल नहीं रहते, जस्ट लाइक वी आर, है ना? हाउ मच मेच्योर्ड वी आर इन आवर बिहेवियर विथ वर्ल्ड एंड चिल्ड्रन. वी थिंक वी आर मेच्योर्ड, बट हमको पता ही नहीं क्यों, किससे, कब, कैसे इंटरेक्ट करना है कि नहीं पता, किस विषय में करना भी नहीं पता, कैसे करना भी नहीं पता. We don't have clarity. We never thought so deeply. We never understood every aspect very detailedly. Therefore, at our own small little wisdom, we try to respond. Same is the world towards us. है कि नहीं? व्यावहारिक ज्ञान में मास्टरी और परफेक्शन आराम से, आसान से नहीं मिलता. How much pure a person has to be from inside, intentionally, or he'll have to be very pure, and how much wise he has to be to know the position of the person in front, to know one's own position, and to know the dignity of maintaining that relation, and to express accordingly. ये तो बहुत बड़ा हाईएस्ट साइंस है. वो कोई पढ़ नहीं रहा आजकल, कोई पढ़ा भी नहीं रहे. इसलिए मोर वर्स देन द डॉग्स on the street in a कचरे का कुंडा, the people fight with each other, and they are wife and husband, and they are parents and children, and they are brothers and sisters. To the dignity of a human being, can this be justifiable, that we fight, that we quarrel, that we hate each other? Doesn't Is it not proving how bewakoof we are, how murak we are? That shows the world is highly ignorantly, unwantedly, negative way sensitive people are. छोटे बात को टॉलरेट नहीं करते, तुरंत एंगर करते हैं, हेट करते हैं, छोड़कर जाते हैं. They try to trouble us, take revenge at every moment. None of these are human qualities. World is like that. Therefore, from our side, these three things. One, we tolerate by accepting everything. Second, we respond in such a manner that we are not hurting them. Third, we respond in such a manner that it is useful or beneficial to them with the world. Right? Before that, the all other things that come to our life, we have to have the maturity to be able to receive, respond well. Before that, our self respect, self identity is also precious. We cannot forget it, we cannot let it loose, become let loose, or we cannot allow others to stampede us. We have to maintain it, whoever you are. And foremost is our own all in all spiritual sadhana. लगे रहना होता है. ये चारों चीजें very tough even to conceive that such things are there, understand them, and then really act smart in these four aspects. This is first common sense thought today. The second one is, you know, these three habits, if it all we have, slowly we have to come out of. One habit of justification for all our mistakes, for all our foolishnesses, for all our मूर्खताs. Justification कर लेते हैं हम. No, we have to censure ourselves. We have to accept that we have done the mistake, and we should have the maturity to rectify that mistake, not to commit. ये जस्टिफिकेशन वाला हमको जितना तबाह करता है ना, और कुछ नहीं करता. Everything justifying our not doing sadhana, justifying our not doing our duties, हर चीज को आप justifying our wrong negative behaviors, our carelessnesses, our negligences. ये जीवन सही जीवन नहीं है वो, है ना. We have to always aim at perfection. While doing so, mistakes happen. We must feel regret and guilt. Then only out of that, the effort for better performance comes out, happens. The habit of justification. Terrible it is. No study justified. No meditation justified. No upasana justified. No guru seva justified. For everything we keep on justifying. All the sins of omission and commission, we keep on justifying, then we are falling lower and lower. Okay, this is one habit. Second habit is what? Hmm, habit of taking for granted. Habit of taking for granted the respectful reverential points. It is the Lord, again it is the Guru, again it is the Shastra, again it is our spirituality. How precious they are, how valuable they are. But don't we take them so granted? हाँ फोकट में मिल रहा है हमको. Parents we take for granted. Whole life we take for granted. Time we take for granted. Every interaction we take for granted, not thinking about what consequence it has at the totality level, mutual relation level, and my own mind and my own spirituality. चलने दो. We take it for granted. Like the food. We take for granted. Arey, you can't take food for granted. You should know, is that food correct or not for your health? Not only the health, the taken food should be so sattvic that it should make the mind sattvic, conducive for spirituality. But we take it for granted, kuch bhi kha lete. We can't take for granted our spending even a minute extra, even in the cell phone. We can't take for granted even reading an article of the paper. Not required. That creates unnecessary impressions. We can't watch TV for granted. We take it for granted. हाँ बैठो देखते जाओ. अरे भैया उससे your precious human time is wasted. Your mind is corrupted, disturbed. And see, one side we try to do spiritual sadhana, other side we only compromise all that by taking for granted these things. Like diabetic patient taking for granted and eating sweets also, taking medicine also. Understood? The very terrible habit of taking for granted the most precious things as well as the most nonsense things. Precious things taken for granted by not valuing them, useless things taken for granted by indulging in them. This is the second wrong habit we have to rectify. Third one is taking lightly. थोड़ा फर्क है दोनों में. Taking lightly. In this regard, especially, we talk about our own country. It's all in all development. We can't take it lightly. We have to do our contribution to raise the standard of living and life of our entire nation. You can't take it lightly. Whether it is by paying our taxes, whether it is by balancing the ecology, I know, whether it is trying our best to maintain the peace, the dignity, the purity of our Bharat Mata. We don't even value that, yaar. Kya hai? Worse than some countries who are so beautiful, proud of their nation and all. And more than the nation, I insistingly say on taking for granted our own Hinduism, our own Sanatana Dharma. A habit of taking it lightly when the various inimical sources try to suppress us, try to disturb us, you know, try to dismantle us, try to destroy us. How can you take it for granted? Take it lightly. You cannot take lightly. We took so lightly our Sanatan Dharma, no respect at all. Therefore, any Gadha can talk anything and convert us. Any Bewakuf can hold a sword and say that you get changed. And how do you take it lightly? Our own Hindu Dharma, such a great Dharma. Somebody talks nonsense against our own rishis, our own gurus, our own avatars, our own shastras, our own traditions, paddhatis. How to take lightly? यार जबान काट दे उसका. It is said in Ramayana, it's said in Bhagavad. Cut the tongue of that fellow if somebody talks nonsense. Against you, your guru, your dharma. Others are like that, so strong and strict with regard to their religion. Why can't we Hindus? How are we lighter यार? कैसे कमजोर हो गए? किस तरह से? कहाँ हम मिस कर रहे the point main? We take lightly. We don't talk about our religion to our children, our grandchildren. We don't insist them to do their morning prayers, upasanas. We take it lightly. And that Gadha is growing without any bija seeds of Sanatana Dharma at all. And he'll be only materialistic. And any other stupid of the other religion tells him something and get converted. How can you do so? The worst thing that happens in Sanatana Dharma is we take it very lightly. Very lightly. I don't know what's the remedy for this problem, strictly speaking. From within only that has to come. Have to value, have to respect the Sanatana Dharma, Vaidika Samskriti, which I am born. For all its worthiness of its great, grand, glorious thousands of things. Is it not our responsibility to protect it by practicing it, by promoting it everywhere? Whose responsibility? अरे चंद कोई संत महात्मा लोग बैठे, चार पांच कोई devotee log with all their half-heartedness they do. It doesn't happen. Every Hindu should take not lightly, absolutely seriously their Sanatana Dharma. इतना कट्टर बनना पड़ता है to protect ourselves. Not that we are kattar like others to destroy others. They are kattar to destroy the most beautiful Sanatana Dharma. We are not telling you to be kattar to destroy any other religion. We are telling to be kattar to protect yourself. But we take it so lightly. उस lightly में एक our own festivals and all of them very superficially we celebrate. Second is, when somebody is harming our Sanatana Dharma, we don't respond. Third, any nonsense they tell about the non-existing glory of theirs, we listen and get converted. अरे मूर्ख, क्या नहीं है तुम्हारे सनातन धर्म में और क्या है दूसरों में? वो जो बच्चा लोग हैं वो, how can you be just inspired or influenced by them? They are the most cunning, cruel fellows they are all. तुम ही सच्चे महान ग्रेट सनातन धर्म हो, you take it lightly, you don't water it, you don't nurture it, you don't nourish it. You know, this bad habit of justification, taking for granted, and most crucially, taking lightly anything happening to our Sanatan Dharma from anybody. How can you take it lightly? You have to be very active, aggressive, intelligently. You understand? Without the impure intentions of ill intentions of any sort, we have to protect our Sanatan Dharma. That's it. उसके लिए अकल से काम, बिठाओ लोगों को, समझाओ. नेवर ट्राई टू कन्वर्ट, नेवर टेल यू आर ग्रेट, वी आर ग्रेटर देन यू. नो, फाइंड ऑल मीन्स. अभी कोई बंदा देखेगा, सुनो मत, उसको खुद सिखाओ. टेल योर गीता, योर रामायण, योर भागवत with all sentiments, emotions, logics, quotations, aggressions, thoughts. इतना बंदों को ना शर्मसार बनाओ कि दे गेट कन्वर्टेड टू हिंदुइज्म. ऐसा करना पड़ता है. Otherwise, you take it so lightly. Isn't it? Our Sanatan Dharma और उसकी महिमा को non-acceptable. At least I don't. Be careful. Never do such foolish mistakes. Tell your children, grandchildren that your Sanatan Dharma is very great. They have to respect, they have to value it. अरे अभी अभी जन्म लिए कुछ यूजलेस रिलीजन्स में कि लोग इतना फेथ भरते हैं अपने बच्चों को. Ours is glorious, ours is eternal, ours is the mother of all religions. How can we take it lightly? Which are the parents making their children aware of the Sanatan Dharma every day? And is it not our job? Every day 15-20 मिनट बैठकर कम से कम बच्चों को नहीं पढ़ाना about what is Sanatan Dharma, what is Rishi Parampara, what is Shastra Parampara, what is Avatara Parampara, what is the Adhyatma Jivana, what is the role of Bhakti Adi, what is the role of values. Are, if not parents, who will tell? In schools, they have no time. For two reasons. One, the heaviness of academics. Two is it's secular. You cannot talk about Hinduism much. देखो, घर में ही करना पड़ता है. Today we spoke about 7 things. Among all the 7, the 7th one I value more. I give more weightage. First is our own spiritual sadhana. Second is maintaining our individual dignity. Third one, responding properly to the world without reaction. Fourth one, with regard to the people, tolerance, non-harming, helping. Four things. The fifth one, habit of taking for granted, habit of justification, and habit of taking lightly. You know? Taking lightly. So many sanstha's are doing such an enormous amount of work. We take it lightly. यार help them. अब गीता प्रेस है, कितना महान सेवा कर रहे हो. In our life of 50, 60, 70 years, have we ever done this prachar of the glory of that Gita Press work? Have we distributed such books consciously, buying into the people? We take it like, कर रहा है करने दो, मैं क्या करूं? And the samsthas where we are associated, from them how much benefit we are getting, but how lightly we take without doing anything from our side conscious. एक sympathy भी नहीं रखते यार. छी 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 छी. And we are getting benefit. We get spiritual knowledge from that, we get protections, we get assurances, we get guidances. But when it comes to our contribution, we take so lightly. How can you take lightly when your guru or your samstha, wherever you are associated, is not doing well? You have to pour your time, energy for that. So many, see, we take, chalne do, light we take. And same fellows will be there in administration, as secretaries and presidents and all, doing nothing or doing only useless things. We all watch it, but we have no voice to raise or say. Hare Ram Ram Ram. Very light. हमको कोई उससे संबंध ही नहीं है, ऐसे हम जीते हैं. This is the biggest curse to Hinduism. The Hindus are the curse to Hinduism in this way, this type of people. है ना? Yes, from now onwards, stop valuing, respecting any other religion. No need. We value, respect ours. Be ruthless. They are all ruthless. How much ruthless and cutter is a Christian? And you will not even take the prasad of our temples. You be also ruthless. How much ruthless are the Muslims toward the Hindus? We have to be like that. The Sikhs and Jain and all, they're all ruthless. Why not Hindus? We are the only ones. Weaklings. Very weak. It's all misguidance. No. No means no, that's all. My Sanatana Dharma doesn't accept all that. We don't do, that's all. There's no thinking required at all. Just shut up, that's all. If this ruthlessness doesn't come, if an attitude of being weak continues, never ever the glorious Sanatana Dharma gets deeply rooted and gets developed. Value this point. Very essential, right? Om, 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 Om Sahana Vavadu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu, Ma Vidvishavahai, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Om Namo Brahmadibhyo, ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो ओम ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः. ओम यैर्मे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्य प्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्. ओम शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः. निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्. ॐ विदितानमया विशदैककला न च किञ्चन काञ्चनमस्ति गुरो द्रुतमेव विधेहि कृपां सहजाम् भव शंकर देशिक मे शरणम. ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्तब्रह्मभक्तियोग धर्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मत् गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः आचार्येभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्षकैवल्यप्राप्त्यर्थं श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणेतिहाससन्तवाङ्मयोक्त साध्यसाधनानुभवसिद्ध्यर्थं तत्रोक्तऋषिमुनिगुरुदेवतादर्शनानुग्रहानुभवप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकहैन्दवसंस्कृतेः साम्प्रदायानां शास्त्राणां मोक्षमार्गाणां गुरुशिष्यभक्तभगवत् परम्परादीनां पुनरुत्थानजागरणविश्वव्याप्तिविश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगति एकता शांति पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्मिन् सनातन धर्म संस्थापने कंकणबद्ध अस्माकं सह सर्वेषां निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिव कृष्णादि समस्त मंदिराणाम् आश्रमाणां पुण्यदिव्य क्षेत्राणां विश्वविद्यालयादीनां भूभागादीनां पुनरवाप्तितेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापना उपासना यज्ञयाग साधना सेवा तपस्या प्रार्थनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तरशत्रूणां शाश्वतरूपेण समूल निर्मूलनार्थं भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिकहैन्दवसंस्कृतेः सुसम्प्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थं विश्वे मोक्षधर्मपुरुषार्थप्रतिष्ठाद्वारा विश्व संरक्षणाभिवृद्ध्यर्थमस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां सङ्कल्पितसत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये परब्रह्म भगवद्देवता गुरु शास्त्र सत्संग साधना सेवा माता पितृ देश धर्म सनातन धर्म भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थमनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः श्री आद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्नं मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम नित्यानंदं निराधारं निखिलाधारम् अव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम्। ओम सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ओम शांति शांति शान्तिः। अथ द्वितीयोऽध्यायः पारायणम्। Chant the mantras 7, 8, 9, 10. ॐ त्रिरुन्नतं शरीरं हृदीन्द्रियाणि मनसा सन्निवेश्य ब्रह्मोडुपेन प्रतरेत विद्वानि भयावहानि प्राणसंयुक्तचेष्टः नासिकयोच्छ्वसित दुष्टाश्वयुक्तमिव वाहमेनं विद्वान् मनो धारयेताप्रमत्तः समेषु चौ शर्करावह्निवालुकौ विवर्जिते शब्दजलाश्रयादिभिः मनोनुकूलेन तु चक्षुपीडने गुहानिवाताश्रयणे प्रयोजयेत। ओम शांति शांति शांति। Friends, sixth mantra is chanted. Om Agniryatraabhimathhyate Vayuryatraadhirudhyate Somo yatratirichyate Tatra Sanjayate Manaha. Friends, this mantra has so many implications. Very, very sublime, very, very detailed and exhaustive. Few of them we have seen, we have studied half of it through Bhashyam. Second half, very crucial, we have to see today. The literal meaning of this mantra is Tatra Manaha Sanjayate. There the mind gets yoked to, endowed to, attached to. Manaha Tatra Samyak Jayate. मन वहीं जन्म लेगा या उसी में लगे रहेगा। किसमें? Agnir yatra abhimadhyate, where the Agni is kindled. Vair yatra adhirudyate, where the Vayu is made to make sounds or it is quieted. Somo yatra adhirichyate, where exceeds somarasa is flowing. There alone, the mind gets attached to. Okay. Whose mind, which mind? Okay. That person's mind who is not himself seeking the Paramatattva, himself not seeking Paramatattva. And the person who has not deliberately, consciously prayed to Savitha and other devatas, that all our faculties, mainly the mana, is always in tune with only Paramatattva. So I myself having very strong desire in me to know Paramatattva, all my efforts are for that, and I am requesting Savitha and other devatas to bless in such a way that all Jnanendriya, Karmendriya, Antakarana, Jivana, everything is dedicated only for Paramatma Prapti. If these two are not done, then that person will be bhogi indulgent. And in that, the gradations are there. The highest gradation is told here. Gradation may highest. But the highest is he involves in yajnas. He involves in the upasanas, but not for Paramatma Prapti. For only the bhoga. The lowest gradation is for the sake of artha kama, his mind, his faculties will be involving in any type of adharma, any type of the papa. So, one aspect is Shreyo Marga, Paramatma is Lakshya. If that is not there, the Preyo Marga becomes Lakshya. The Preyo Marga's achievements are achieved from the various levels of activities. The worst is what? Through adharma and papa and criminality. The best is what? Through yajna upasana. Arthakama can be gained. But that is the bandhana karana only. Because the moksha is only in the Atma Prapti. So therefore, if by choice you are not seeking the truth or the eternal, by default you seek the ephemeral. And all so called spiritual practices you do only for the ephemeral achievements, then you're always bound, you'll never be liberated. See the importance of it. तो स्वयं को स्वीकार करना है, परमात्मा इज द लक्ष्य, उसी की तरफ आगे बढ़ना है विद स्वयं के प्रयत्न. And the Lord, the Savita and all devatas are always prayed only for this. Let my faculties do not get distracted from the pursuit of the truth to anything else. उनसे नहीं मांगा नहीं पूछा तो फिर then they won't take our case exclusively. Then we'll be thrown in the total lot, isn't it? Like कुछ special baggage है मानो, very delicate in the flight. You tell that air hostess थोड़ा delicate है आपके रखो, not in the other cabins because during the flight tilting and all this may get broken. So she will put it there. करते थे आजकल नहीं कर रहे पता नहीं क्यों. The other day I gave something delicate thing. She said हमारे पास place नहीं है. I didn't know. ऐसा करते. It was first time. Earlier many times we used to go to the चार धाम या वो यात्रा में कोई कुछ delicate चीजें गिफ्ट के रूप में लाते हैं तो give it to the air hostess or host. He will put it there or she will. Then towards when we get down they give us back. We ask. Let me just give an example. In the same way, our case is dealt specially and delicately. That we are protected from being worldly. We are protected to be exclusively spiritual. By the Savitan, by the what you call the Devatas, if you apply to them, if you ask them, है ना वो specification चाहिए. Like when you go to somebody's house, if you are diabetic, you have to tell me, भाई ये चीजें मुझे नहीं खाना. Then they will prepare something different for you, know. या मुझे आज उपवास है, तो you have to tell. Then they'll make upvas khana for you, which is more swadist, than the ordinary khana. एक दिन ऐसा ही हुआ. In somebody's house I was there for Bhiksha, बहुत साल हो गए. So they were giving me food on. Then for that mother-in-law, she was giving something different. वो क्या है? No, आज उनका उपवास. मैंने कहा थोड़ा दो कैसा रहेगा? And it was so tasty. मैंने कहा एवरीडे उपवास. कल से मुझे वही चाहिए. So here also you see thereafter ना जब हाथ से बात फिसल जाता है ना उसके बाद आप फिर कंप्लेंट करके कोई फायदा नहीं होता. बात हो गया वो. तो हमें पहले से केयरफुल रहना है. नेवर गिव ए चांस टू सविता और देवतास टू से कि तुमने तो हमको कहा ही नहीं, हमें क्या पता. थ्रू आउट लाइफ ऐसे होना चाहिए. डोंट कम अंडर दैट से इमोशनल फीलिंग ऑब्लिगेशन कि पीपल विल नो इट देयरफॉर. नो, यू हैव टू टेल इवन इफ दे नो, इवन इफ दे रिएक्ट. यू नो, यू हैव टू टेल योर वाइफ कि डोंट ऐड चीनी टू द कॉफी. शी मे शाउट कि मुझे नहीं पता कि आप डायबिटीज हो, मैं क्यों डालती हूँ. शी में से बट इट इज योर जॉब टू टेल हर वेदर शी बिकम्स एंग्री और नॉट. बिकॉज वो मिला के सबके साथ दे दिया तो बाद में यू कांट लड़ो. in Sanskrit it is called a technical sentence. Adi nishturam is better than antya nishturam. पहले कहकर कोई लड़ाई झगड़ा करना है वो बेटर है rather than later on regretting when it becomes a crisis where you cannot solve. An example I am telling. है कि नहीं? Call that driver and tell, अरे 9 बजे मतलब 10 मिनट कम 9 बजे तू तेरे को आ रहना है बस. If you tell him no, it is ensured. Otherwise he will come 10 minutes late. Okay sir, कर दिन 10 मिनट लेट होता है ना, मैंने सोचा आज भी. Never ever in that way trust anybody beyond your wisdom. Your wisdom is we need the help of Savitha and the Devatas. Don't trust them that they will do our work without our asking. You have a wisdom that you need their help. Yeah, then ask. है कि नहीं? नेवर ट्रस्ट. कोई चीज खरीद भी रहे हो शॉप में तो इंश्योर करो कि करेक्ट वही चीज उसने पैक किया कि नहीं. बिकॉज ही इज डीलिंग सो मेनी कस्टमर्स, इधर का उधर का इधर हो जाता. द अदर डे आई वाज गेटिंग समथिंग ऑनलाइन, तो नॉट ऑनलाइन, आई हैड टू सेंड समबडी, इट हैज टू कम विद हिम. देन दैट फेलो पैक्ड एवरीथिंग और कोई दूसरा बंदा आ गया उसको दे दिया उसने. मैंने कहा मेरे बंदा अभी निकला ही नहीं यहाँ से, टू whom you have given. Then he had to call back that fellow, then retain it and again send. So what is the main thought here? सविता को और देवताओं को कहना है कि हमारे सारे उपाधियां only for परमात्मा प्राप्ति. It is required also because these faculties are the problem, no? Otherwise, why do we pray शरीरम में विचर्षणम जिह्वा में मधुमत्तमा कर्णाभ्याम भूरि विश्रुवम? The whole problem of ours is upadhis only. That they are somewhere else in the materialistic world, not in Paramatma. That's the necessity of it. That the upadhis have to be focused only on Paramatma. Second is what? Who can help us? These devatas. They are there for that only. We left it for them or we were deliberately asking them, ki let our faculties be in the world and worldliness. They went on saying तथास्तु तथास्तु. तो इसलिए जिंदगियां भोगी भोगी बन रहे हम, कहीं योगी नहीं बन. Now we have to ask, now I have to do sadhana, a strict requestful submission to you. Oh Devatas, I can't order you, you are in higher position. I am doing upasana, I am doing namasmarana, I am remembering you and all. My request is, see that my faculties are only for Paramatma Prati. नहीं तो अग्निर्यत्राभिमथ्यते वायुर्यत्राधिरुध्यते सोमो यत्रातिरिच्यते तत्र संजायते मनः मीन्स other than Paramatma Prapti, in all the bhoga and bhoga giving activities only, the mind gets interested. That's called Mahamoha, that's called Mahamaya. The so called serious, sincere spiritual seekers also get lost in that. लगता है उनको 1 घंटा 2 घंटा हम साधना कर रहे हैं, करते भी हैं, and then where are they in the remaining 20 hours? Looted by, plundered, carried away by this mind and the faculties into the worldliness that it doesn't even becomes aware also. यार मैं तो साधक हूँ, मुझे तो 24 घंटे साधना ही करनी है. How can he when you have thought of world and worldliness? He doesn't know that. Whereas for spiritual unfoldment, 100% exclusive application of the further sadhana has to happen. पूरा उसमें रहना पड़ता है, तभी अनुभव आता है. You can't even little also spare yourself. That is why the power of and importance of the yoga. Otherwise, sanjayate manaha tatra. This is what we have seen. Then the second meaning, Bhagavan Adi Shankara started giving. Very, very crucial one it is. Very, very powerful and very important also. कि अग्निर्यत्राभिमत्यते इति अत्र अपरा व्याख्या. This is another commentary to this mantra. एक तो हमने कर दिया. What is the other commentary of this mantra is very very important. सुन लो. पहले कहते अग्नि ही means परमात्मा. Here from the pure Vedantic sadhana standpoint, Adhyatmic sadhana standpoint, Moksha sadhana standpoint, Bhagavan Adi Shankara is commenting this shloka. Agnir yatrapi madhyate, let us understand what sentence that one. Then Vayur yatrati ridhyate, Somo yatrati richate, Tatra sanjayate manaha. एक एक चीज को एक नए ढंग से समझा रहे जो बहुत बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट. फर्स्ट, अग्नि इज भगवान. Agni hi Paramatma. Why you call Agni a Paramatma? Because what fire does, it burns away. So Paramatma also burns away. What? Avidya tat karyasya dahakatvat. To avidya, ignorance of self, leading to a specified individuality, leading to the identity with the upadhis, leading to the becoming of jiva, leading to the creation and projection and imagination of kamanas, desires, leading to the kamya karma, leading to the karma phala. For the sake of karma phala, janma marana, पता नहीं कौन से लोक में किस देह में. These are called tatkarya. Avidya tatkarya. They are the cause of samsara. Dahakatvat. The Paramatma burns it away. Therefore, Agni burns into ashes the things. Paramatma burns into ashes the avidya tatkarya. Therefore, Paramatma only is Agni. Agni yatrabhi madhyate. Avidya tatkarya se dakatva. Any authority? Uktam cha. Gita में कहा. तेषामेव अनुकंपार्थम अहम अज्ञानजम तमः नाशयामि. आत्मभावस्थः ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वता. सो ज्ञान दीप के द्वारा अज्ञान का नाश करना वहां दिखाया. थोड़ा वहां दीप और अंधकार ये दोनों का कॉन्ट्रास्ट. यहाँ अग्नि एंड द थिंग्स टू बी बर्न्ड, बट द मीनिंग इज सेम. हम भगवान कह रहे मैं अज्ञानजम तमह नाशयामि. The ajnanajam, ignorance born, tamaha means the delusions and worldliness and samsara, nashya. How do you do, sir? Jnana deepena bhaswata. By illuminating the most powerful, beautiful deepa of jnana. Atma bhavastha jnana deepena bhaswata. कौन कह रहे हैं? भगवान कृष्ण. क्या कह रहे हैं? मैं by lighting the jnana deepa burn away, I eliminate away the ajnanajam tama nashayami, I destroy it. तो भगवान ने कहा, therefore यहाँ अग्नि means भगवान. Agni is Paramatma. Here Krishna is the Parabrahma Tattva. तो अग्नि ही परमात्मा अविद्या तत्कार्य दाहकत्वात् उक्तम च अहम अज्ञानजं तमः नाशयामि आत्मभावस्थ ज्ञान दीपेन भास्वता इति. तो अग्नि हो गया. नो यत्र अभिमथ्यते, that is a total sentence, no, that we have to study. तो यत्र, here yatra means yasmin purushe, in that purusha the sadhakas, you and I, mathyate, when that Paramatma whose Agni Rupa is Mathata, Mathan kiya hai. And that Mathana done of the 2 cups is to invoke the fire. So we are also doing the Mathana for the invocation of the Paramatma Jnana, which will burn away Avidya Tatkali. And how the Mathana is done, which I already said in the earlier chapter. So Bhagavan says that Yatra Yasmin Purushe Agnihi Matyate means Mathanam is done for invoking the Agni. How? Swadeha Maranim Krutva Ityadina. है ना. स्वदेह मरणिम कृत्वा प्रणवम चोत्तराणिर्णिम ध्यान निर्मतन अभ्यास देवम पश्येत निगूढ़वतु. We have seen this mantra toward the end, the early first chapter. So, Agni Paramatma Yatra Yasmin Purushe Abhimatyate, churned and brought out. How? Swadeha Maranam Krutva, as it was taught in that manner. Okay. This is how यत्र यस्मिन् पुरुषे मत्यते स्वदेह मरणं कृत्वा इत्यादिना पूर्वोक्त ध्यान निर्मतनेन, ध्यान निर्मतनाभ्यासात्. You know, पाशं दहति पंडितः in another mantra, देवं पश्येत निगूढ़वत् is the mantra, is the last sentence in this Upanishad. So हिंदी में कहा जाए, जिस पुरुष के अंदर स्वदेह मरणिम कृत्वा प्रणवम चोत्तरारणिम ध्यान निर्मथनाभ्यासात देवम पश्येत निगूढ़वत, इस मंत्र में कहे हुए चीज के अनुसार मतन किया जा रहा है अग्नि का प्रकट होने के लिए. अग्नि इज परमात्मा. तो अग्नि ही परमात्मा यत्र यस्मिन् पुरुषे मच्छते स्वदेह मरणं कृत्वा प्रणवांच उत्तरारण्यम इत्यादि पूर्वोक्त विधिना. हो गया अग्नि का यत्र अभिमध्यते, मतलब जिस पुरुष में ये जो बताए हुए पद्धति के द्वारा परमात्मा का चर्निंग हो रहा है, परमात्मा को प्रकट करने वाला प्रणव का चर्निंग हो रहा है. 1 सेकंड. वायु यत्र अधिरुध्यते, the vayu is being quietened. How? Vayu yatra अधिरुध्यते means शब्दम अव्यक्तं करोति रेचकादि करणातु. है ना. We know the Puraka taking inside, Kumbhaka holding inside or outside, Rechaka is throwing outside. So Shabda Adhiruddhyate means what? The वायु, सॉरी, द शब्द जो है, जो वायु का लक्षण होता है, वैसे तो आकाशन का लक्षण शब्द, बट वायु यहाँ शब्द के लिए कह रहे. अधिरुध्यते मीन्स व्हाट? द शब्द आर क्वाइटेंड. More technically speaking, that person, he who is slowly reducing the Vani, because the Vani is the one which creates the world, no? The whole world is Rupatmaka, but Rupa is recognized and interacted with the Nama. Nama is Shabda. So Shabda is Vayu. So Vayu ho Adhiruddhyate means what? This person is slowly transcending the Shabda, the Vachika Shabda called Vaikari Vani, even the Manasika Shabda. So Yamanasika Shabda are the thoughts. Vachika Shabdas are the words. So the gross Shabda of the words, the subtle Shabda of the thoughts in the mind, Adhiruddhyate, that person who is quietening the Shabda Rashi or Vritti Rashi. योग साधना से होता है. अग्नि इज ज्ञान मार्ग, वायु इज योग मार्ग, थर्ड वन इज नाउ द भक्ति मार्ग. Yajna Marga, Upasana Marga. What is that? Somo Yatra Atirichyate. How Bhagavan explained it? How nicely? Ki Somaha Yatra Atirichyate means Aneka Janma Sevaya. By so many lives, we are going on doing the yajna in a big manner, in which the like a river only flowing. Okay, now all of that put together, Bhagavan is saying. Okay, tatra means what? The summary of all the above. Tasmin yajna dana tapaha pranayama samadhi vishuddha antakarane. In that person's, that antakarana, which is become purified by the yajna dana tapa samadhi sadhanas, which are mentioned in the form of agnir yatradi madhyate ityadi. So agnir yatradi abhimadhyate, सोमो यत्रातिरिच्यते वायु यत्राधिरुध्यते, ये तीनों जो है यज्ञ दान तप समाधि कर्मों के प्रतीक. So that person in whom the yajna dana tapas samadhi karmas are done for antakarana shuddhi, and really the antakarana shuddhi is achieved in that person's mind only. Sanjayate. The knowledge is done, the sadhana happens, the experience happens. That three things are called sanjayate. Sanjayate manaha. What? Paripurna ananda advitiya brahma akaram. That's what he said, no? The mind takes the shape of the Paripurna Brahma Ananda Advitiya Akar. Then the mind dissolves, that Paripurna Brahma Ananda is experienced. And the ones in whose life these are not done, Yajnadana Tapas Samadhi, na anyatra ashuddha antakarane. Their antakarana will not be shuddha. In that person, the mind will not catch the reality. The mind will not dissolve in the revelation of the reality experience. Towards the end, before which he gives the three shlokas quotations. Very powerful, very important. We'll study them tomorrow. Om, 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 om. Om, 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 om. Om, 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 om. Purnamada, Purnamida. Purnamudachyate, Purnasya Purnamadaya. Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Paramashibhyo Parabrahmane Shruti Matre Namaha Tatsat Brahmarpanamastu. Thank you. See you. Come back for Gita study.